1 a.m., eyes closed, I'm slowly falling to the music and the atmosphere. Now and then, I feel lights fading softly.
Here comes a new challenger!
Hello, YouTube. This is Ibuprofen back here again with the legend, Ollie Nolly. How are you doing today, Ollie?
Doing well.
Tell me what you did. Tell me what you did last week.
So I went 8-2 at the Carta Magica online regional with Gecko Moria, specifically playing Becca and Hina as well.
Yo, what gave you the thought to add in the Rebecca and Hina into the Gecko Moria deck?
It might just be coming from Sakazuki. These cards just always felt powerful. After starting the new meta, I was already playing these cards, so I just kind of continued to play them. The unique curves it has early game, being whether you're at 6 with Hina or 7 with Becca Hina, I think is just really strong.
How long were you playing One Piece for?
I started playing about beginning of set 2, end of set 1.
Okay. Well, in the OP06 meta, what made you decide to change into a Gecko Moria main?
I guess since set 2, I've always been playing black decks, so played Smoker then because it's sort of anti-meta for Whitebeard at the time, and then black's just slowly become like one of the most powerful colors.
Oh, heck yeah, it did. So you said you went 8-2 in the, which event?
Carta Magica.
Carta Magica. Do you remember your matchups?
Yeah, so round 1, I played against Sakazuki. I won the dice roll. I choose to go second into that matchup. Round 2, I played Landawano Yamato. Round 3 was the Slash Skypea Yamato, and that was my first loss. I was just off by 1K counter. Round 4 was Katakuri. Round 5, Sakazuki. Round 6, Katakuri. Round 7 was the mirror match. I lost die roll. They chose to go first. I hear that Gecko wants to go first. I choose to go second, probably in like almost every matchup.
Wait, before you go, can you just talk a little bit more about that? Is there that's what I keep hearing. Like I made a video before. From what I read in like the Japanese meta, they always say you want to go first. Why do you feel like going second in the mirror is a better decision?
It might just be because of my playstyle with the deck. I try to be more aggressive. This feels like a deck that could go very wide. So in my head, on 8 is when I'm trying to drop the 8-drop Gecko Moria, and then I'm aiming to end the game either the next turn or 2 turns after I drop the 8-drop. I'm not trying to prolong the game.
Okay. And then, did you? What was your last matchup again?
And then I play against the Fortress Yamato, Sakazuki. That was my second loss. I was off by another 1K counter, and then round 10 was Katakuri. So all in all, I played against 3 Sakas, 3 Katakuris, 3 Yamatos, all different Yamatos, and 1 Gecko Moria mirror match.
Yeah. That is pretty good. 8-2. You know, that is quite a grind. I know these online matchups can take a long time, a long part of your day, but congratulations, yo.
Thank you.
Can you just dive into your deck and give me the quick breakdown? Like, give me the ratios, justifications of why you play certain cards.
Yeah. So it's pretty standard for the most part. I feel like in terms of the thriller bar cards, you're probably always going to see these ratios. These are almost never going to change. I see some people might like cut 1 hogback, but I think this is detrimental. If you don't have 8-drop Gecko, you're trying to use your leader ability, do a hogback on either 6 or 7 to turn you before you play Gecko. If you don't have it, you're always trying to add that back to your hand. For everything else, I did cut down on ice ages. I know everyone plays 4, but like I said, I'm trying to be very aggressive with the deck. I never really find myself needing more than 1. So as long as I have the 1, I'll hold it for the matchup I need it. If it's yellow, I hold it to KO their 1 big body. By that point, anytime after, I should just be trying to kill them. I'm not trying to prolong the game.
Wait, before you move on, in your matchups, do you ever because in a lot of decks, it is a 4 of. Were you ever in the situations why, I really wish I had an Ice Age, or do you feel like 2 was a good amount for you?
Sometimes, but most of the time, like I do have other forms of reduction, like with the Hinas and just like the Becca Hina stuff. But Ice Age is really just for like the bigger bodies. It's not. If I see the one I need, I'm good.
Okay, I feel it.
The Navy package is all pretty standard as well. Borsalino's okay. it's really just for specific matchups. So against yellow decks, sometimes this is better to play on curve, if just so they don't Gadatsu you. So with a Yamato, sometimes I'm mulligan for this, just so I could try to stay healthy. But this might end up going.
What would you want to replace that card for?
It would probably just be upping ratios, everything else, because sometimes I do find myself missing like the third Lucci. There's times where it's like it just wasn't in my trash when I needed it to be. Or maybe bump up Kuzan, bump up Hina, bump up Komepo. Just like those cards. Nothing new I would add.
Okay. And this is just me because I am a simpleton. So when it comes to adding the Rebecca, how do you like utilize her, or how do you feel like is the most optimal play being able to utilize the Rebecca in this deck?
It definitely depends on what the game state is looking like. Ideally, I find this really good on 7. So if you end up having to go first, you're on 7, you're able to do a Becca Hina and swing with leader for Absalom, which I think like that's 2 5K bodies, a blocker, and removal. Like it feels like a very strong turn. It's come up quite a few times where with the H-Drop Gecko, I'll choose to play Becca. It depends on the matchup. If it's like a yellow deck, they're going to rest your blocker anyways, whether it's Porcelina or Becca. So at least with Becca, you could get 2K out of it. So it's those times where it's felt more powerful.
Right on. And last thing, like after running these ratios, these builds, other than the Borsalino, is there anything else you're wanting to change about this deck?
Brand new's pretty weak. I decided to keep him at 4 because I just want to see him. Like Sindri and brand news are your starters. They're what you want to open up with. So whether or not he's hitting, a lot of the times you end up whiffing with him. But that's the only thing I thought of. Is like cutting one of these. It might end up being like one or two, like the Borsalinos. I would just want to up my ratios of Hinas and Lucci's just to see them more consistently.
Right on. Well, like I said, you went 8-2, long battles. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, any shout-outs, any players, local game stories you want to talk about?
Well, I guess we'll shout out Thunder Key Games. That's where we're filming right now. I mean, everyone else, like all the players pretty much like my test group, so.
Is there any like specific player you want to shout out that tested with you or anything like that?
I mean, just shout out to everyone who's really played with me. Like local players, like I feel like I get a lot of reps in at locals, online. Yeah, that's about it.
For sure. And one last question: do you feel like there's going to be a serial Shanks in your future anytime soon?
I mean, I'm aiming for it. Like, so I hope so. I think I'm going to continue to play Gecko, probably into next set as well. Maybe I'm going to try Lucci because it's going to be the new black deck, but. Like Gecko just feels good into everything. It doesn't feel like it has a bad matchup. Like I know Perona's the worst matchup. My last regional, I went 7-3. I played against 2 Peronas and I beat both of them. Like that matchup, I feel like there's definitely ways to play into it.
Right on, and that's so awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and I am truly rooting for you. When's the next event that you're gonna be in?
I'm not in any offlines for April. I'll be at LA. In June, so right before Set 7 comes out, I guess that's the last time for Set 6. I'll be in a event.
Right on. Well, congratulations one last time.
Thank you.
Like I always say, rooting for you, Ollie, and thank you so much.